You can tell a lot about a company by how they show up in June. And as someone who grew up hiding who I was, visibility matters more than you think. Hi, I'm Summer. I'm a keynote speaker who has spent my career helping people lead with heart, courage, and clarity. I've worked for the Walt Disney Company, HEB, and even a dude ranch. Now I speak on stages across the world helping organizations turn chaos into clarity and burnout into bold leadership that gets results. Now, if you're ready to challenge the status quo and create workplaces that people actually want to be a part of, you are in the right place. Many of you know that I grew up in a very small town in Louisiana. I also grew up as part of the LGBTQ plus community. Now, being queer in the 90s wasn't a thing that people talked about. Not in schools, not in churches, not even in whispers. There wasn't language, there wasn't representation. There were only quiet feelings, quiet fears, and this overwhelming sense that something was wrong with me. Now, when I left Louisiana, I thought things might be different. But I ended up working at ski resorts and then at a dude ranch, which were beautiful places and amazing experiences, but they were still very small communities where things like queerness just wasn't a part of the conversation. So I stayed quiet for a very long time, over 30 years, in fact. It wasn't until I got to Walt Disney World that things started to shift. You see, I found myself surrounded by some of the most fabulous, creative, and expressive people that I had ever met. People who didn't hide, people who showed up in full color. And for the first time, I started to realize that maybe I wasn't broken. Maybe I was just me. And maybe being a part of the queer community wasn't something to hide, but something to celebrate, something to honor. Now, it was the first time that I felt like I had permission to take a deep breath and exist as my full self. It took a long time before I did that. I'm still working on it. And this is why Pride Month matters. It's not just about rainbows and parades. It's not about t-shirts and merchandise. It's about sending a signal that says, you're safe here. You're seen here. You're okay to be you here. And I just got back from Walt Disney World with my family, more than 8 years after I left the company, and the signal was still everywhere. There were pride shirts and pride cakes, pride plushies, show your pride signs in every corner, and it was not subtle. I love that. Because for anyone in that park, whether they're out, closeted, questioning, or just watching like I was so many years ago, it was clear where Disney stands. It was clear that Disney chose visibility over silence. The same thing happened when I walked into Ulta. There was pride signage and pins on employees, pride displays right when you walk in the door. You know what that told me? It told me that this is a place that sees me and others like me that are living very loud and very proud. It's a place that sees everybody in this community, and that matters.
It's not a place that puts out something that could be pride. It's not a place that says, we're kind of here, we just don't want to be too loud about it. Target, I'm looking at you.
Now, I know what some people say. They're just doing it to make money. It's performative. They're capitalizing on a movement. And I want to unpack that a little bit. So, yes, these are businesses. But businesses are made up of people. People making decisions and how they choose to show up, especially when it's unpopular, still tells me what side of history that they're on. I'm no longer interested in arguing about whether a company is doing it for the right reasons. What I care about is, are they doing it loud and proud? Because when I see a rainbow pin on a store associate or a love is love banner in a window, I don't see performative politics. I see someone somewhere trying to make space for people like me. So this Pride Month, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to the organizations that choose to show up loud and proud. Thank you to the individuals who make the workplace safer just by being themselves. And thank you to everybody that came before us that created the environment that allowed us to say it out loud. And thank you to everyone still figuring it out. We don't owe anyone our story, but I hope you know that you're not alone in it. Being queer in a world that doesn't always understand isn't easy, but visibility, support, and pride, those are things that can change lives. It changed mine. Now, if this message lit a spark, stick around. Every week, I'm sharing insights from the stage, lessons in leadership, humanity, and the kind of change that actually sticks. Whether you're leading a team or leading yourself, I promise to keep it real, relevant, maybe even a little bit rebellious. Until next time, don't forget, leadership starts with you. And you have got this. I'll see you next time.